Hey, this is Rolf Versus. If you see me on the interwebs, it'll be under the name of Black Ops. Got an update for you on ZenCash. Today's Friday, June 10th, and it's been 10 days since we launched ZenCash. We launched it on May 30th, and we had a very successful launch. Things went well. We had updated things that we needed to do to put in transaction replay protection, which was one of the major things that we wanted to do for the launch of ZenCash as a chain split off Z Classic. Now, we've had a few things happen since then. We've had some great days of trading. We've had lots of miners, happy people. And then a few days ago, we ran into an issue. And so let me tell you about the issue and what the current status is and what we're doing about it. So the issue is we identified that the transaction replay protection that we had put in place was good for the first 4,096 blocks on the new blockchain. Not sure why it was done in a temporary fashion, but let me tell you how that transaction replay protection works. So first off, a transaction replay is where if somebody had, for example, withdrawn a large amount of Z Classic from Bittrex and then took that same transaction that was already approved and broadcast it on the ZenCash blockchain, they would get an equivalent withdrawal of ZenCash from Bittrex. So that's a problem. We don't want transaction replays, and that's why the transaction replay code was put in place. And any node or any node, which is like a mining pool or solo miner or wallet that saw what was identified as a transaction replay, it wouldn't allow it into the mempool. And the mempool is the whole list of transactions that miners put together to assemble into the blockchain. So that was good. The problem was it was in there for the first 4096 blocks and not after that. I'm not sure why it was that way. There's a few different possible reasons why, but I'm just going to tell you where we're at right now. So we had a code update to extend that transaction replay protection to forever. And because most of the ZenCash that's in existence is really on the exchange at Bittrex, we figured we needed to tell Bittrex first about the problem so that they could do something about it. What they did immediately was to lock their Z Classic and ZenCash wallets to prevent deposits or withdrawals, which is a sensible thing to do. I had a chance to talk with Bill, the owner there at Bittrex, about it, and he's got a lot of experience in the software industry, in security, incident response, and things like that. I was very comfortable in the conversation with them that they know what they're doing. As we looked into the issue more, we were recommending that everybody upgrade to the latest version that extended this transaction replay forever. But we realized that there was a problem in that even though most people have updated it, it's still possible for a solo miner or a mining pool that wants to act in a malicious fashion to run the older software and insert a block into the blockchain that does a transaction replay. So we need to get everybody running on the same code, and I'll get back to how we're going to do that in a minute. First, I want to talk about how you can protect yourself against a transaction replay attack. So first off, if you have your ZenCash on Bittrex, you don't need to worry about it because they're going to take care of it once, and they'll be able to unlock the wallets once the new code is running everywhere. If you have your Z Classic and ZenCash on a wallet and you haven't sent it to anybody and you still have it there, you're really not vulnerable to a transaction replay attack because there's no transactions to replay. Now, if you have your Z Classic and Zen, and you sent a large amount of Z Classic to somebody else, and you still have your Zen, well, that could be a problem, because that transaction could be replayed. So if that's the situation that you're in, what do you do about that? Well, first off, run the latest code. That's always a good thing to do. And then send your ZenCash to another address. The address can be on your existing wallet, it can be on a different wallet. That way that Zen is no longer susceptible to the transaction replay attack because those unspent transaction outputs have been spent. They're no longer available to be published to the ZenCash blockchain and they wouldn't be accepted. So that's the big picture on where we're at. So we're narrowing down the scope of the potential attack rapidly, and what we're going to do next is get everybody running on the same code that has the transaction replay prevention in it. And the way that we need to do that is through what's called a hard fork. We basically say, hey, by such and such a block, everybody has to be running this version of code. If you're not running this version of code, then the blocks that you mine aren't going to be accepted by the consensus onto the Zen blockchain. As we do this process, it's of course important that all the different mining pool operators upgrade to this latest version. So that's where we're at right now. You can expect to see announcements soon about the specifics of the hard fork, and what we'll do is we'll publish the code ahead of time and then put a time for the hard fork to happen. So a day or two ahead of time, then you'll be able to run the upgrade. The mining pool operators will be able to run the upgrade, and then everybody's running the new code. It's chugging along, and then when that specific block hits, then the hard fork has occurred. So anyway, that's where we're at now. I'm sure a lot of y'all are concerned as to why the wallets have been locked and what's going on, but I wanted to just let y'all know that we understand the problem. We're dealing with the issue. We're working through it, and as we get past this, we're going to continue to take the mining rewards, which right now is an 8.5% of the mining rewards are being directed to the Treasury, and we're going to direct those towards further development and all the other things that we laid out in our white paper that we're planning on doing. So we are on track with a minor issue that we need to work through. This is something that other cryptocurrencies have worked through. Other folks have worked through a heck of a lot worse things than this, actually. And so I feel pretty good about where we're at. I really want to thank everybody in the community and all the miners and the investors and the mining pool operators and exchange operators, and especially Bittrex for being so great for working with us, and really all the folks that have been pulling together to get this resolved. So again, this is Rolf, Block Ops, giving you the quick video update, and let me know if you got more questions in the comments below, and I'll work to continue to provide updates as we go forward. Thanks.